I am live. Austin's here. Hey, oops. I think I'm live, right? Austin's here, and Cat and Jack is here. Kay is here. Hey, Kay. Um, and Praveen. Hello, my friends. Appreciate you all being here. Hey, Grumpy Sapper. How are you? Austin says, watch hours is 9:44. We are up and coming, climbing higher and higher every day. Absolutely awesome. Hope everyone is having a good day. Cat says, Yogi is doing life. He will be here. You are 100% right. Doing life. Just returned from a walk. A little bit of a rainy day, a little bit of a breezy day, but it's nice out nonetheless. Probably in the mid 50s. Spring is all but here. Doesn't mean we're not going to have some cold weather. Doesn't mean we might not have some snow. We certainly probably will have something. Um, but I mention this. I mention this all the time, actually. That um, astronomically and Gregorian calendar wise, that obviously spring starts on the equinox, which is the 20th or 21st. I think sometimes the 22nd uh, of every year. However, um, meteorologically, if I keep saying it, do you think I'll eventually stumble upon the correct pronunciation? Um, Meteorologists say that it starts the beginning of the month, beginning of March for spring, beginning of June for summer, because they measure trends and weather patterns. So there's a difference. So I like both. I love the ritual of the equinoxes. Hey, toy pups. But I also love the fact that spring is here, 2 days, March. It'll be in my heart, officially spring. What's up, Sniper? Sniper says, greetings again. Cat says, are you having a good day, Yogi? I am having a good day. I've been, I've been mouse free for, uh, not quite yet 24 hours, but we're getting close to it. In my mind, I'm Sething. Cat and Jack, I'm Sething, creating my own reality here. Sething, by the way, I just turned that into a verb. You heard, you heard it here first. I got some things to read. Hey, Cat and Jack, how are you? I know, set a little goal here. I know there's things going on, so anytime you want to, um, anytime you need to, or wish to, or would like to, reach out and talk. Just let me know, or listen, or be a presence. Kat says, a lot of years, my daughter Winter's birthday is on the last day of winter. Unattended, but is it? I don't know. I'm gonna say that the heart intends everything. You know that the heart intends everything. I'm going to a couple of things I want to talk about. Whether or not I actually stick with what I want to do, who knows? Maybe I'll talk about mice for the entire the entire live stream, the entire hour. I don't think I will. I don't want to. I don't want to keep them present in my mind. Again, I'm not anti-mouse. I'm anti. Not to sound Dr. Seussian. I'm anti-mouse in my house. I'm all for mice living in your house. I will even contribute to the food. I will even come over and visit. I won't spend the night, but I'll visit. Cat says there's so much in a name. There is. There is. Guppy says I've been working in my garden today. Nice. You guys had a tough winter. I think we've all had a tough winter on a whole lot of levels, not just weather-wise. But let's welcome spring in our hearts. Let's do it today. Let's not wait. Setting, that's good. Thank you. This occurred to me. Hey, Debs. Deb says, anti-chew your wires and insulation. I haven't seen any wires yet. Probably something going on in the insulation. I hear things going on in the attic. Spooky up there, guys. I ain't going up there no time soon. Yes, I use double negatives. That's how bad it is. I use the double negative in that sentence. Right now, my late mother, the English teacher, well, first grade teacher, is literally tisking me from heaven for using a double negative. Also says, I'm so close to 1K watch hours. You are. Hey, I'm going to try to get you up and playing for the weekend, Austin. As well, we want to close the deal with Grumpy Sapper, guys. Grumpy, how many more? You said you had less than 100, right? Let's close the deal for Grumpy. Grumpy. How are you, Debs? Grumpy says, New York Debs, hello, lovely. Hey, Sue. Did you guys see three things? I've been talking about the me in the banana suit dancing on an island. Did you see me on a train peering out tentatively to make sure there was no mice? This is all on Sue's. And did you see Eric Lapointe, the Christmas tree farmer, doing his Christmas tree farming dance? It's all on Just One Sue's channel. Guys, go to the shorts. Let's see. Deb says, Sue, good to see you. Kat says, hi, Austin, your hours is exciting. It is. Grumpy Zappa says, I am on 89 hours to go. And you know what? They hold 5 days. So you're there, but let's not think that you're there. Because if we think that we're there, we have a tendency to take the foot off the gas. Let's just keep plowing through. Like, you really do need 89, and that gets you all the closer to 4K as well. Here's a playlist for Austin. Austin said I'm starting to do sleep streams on my channel. I did them last night, 9 hours. Nice. And then I did one for 10 hours sleep stream. Way to go, Austin. I mentioned this before. Austin knows how to do YouTube. Grumpy says we should all do a collab and do a dance and then put them all together. I don't know how to do that for my channel, but I'll tell you what I'll do. I will contribute a dance for someone else's channel. I tell you what, me dancing on a video clip is bound to bring in ones and twos of viewers. At least ones and twos. Lynn and Journal says, so I'm from Toys channel. I'm new to your YouTube channel. I'm 17. Well, thank you, Lynn. I appreciate that. And Lynn and Journals. I like that name. I'm a firm believer that almost everyone, and I'm not one to say everyone, but almost everyone should journal in some way. It's just such a valuable tool. Sufis, Buddhist psychology, Sufi psychology, Buddhist psychology, yogic psychology, all recommend journaling. Gratitude journal. I've kept a gratitude journal for years. Just write down 5 things each day you're grateful for. And then if you feel like having a short discourse on any one of those things, awesome. Journal your dreams, not the I hope dreams, I wish dreams. You can do that as well. You can have a manifesting journal, but journal the dreams that you've had while you're asleep. See what they're offering. See what insights they're offering you. See what they're unveiling and revealing. So, man, you got me sold on your channel, Lynn. I'm on your channel right now. I'm happy to be number 212. And guys, it is literally journaling. Let me read this Let me read this out loud. If you don't mind, you're about. I'm a 27-year-old woman. Please do not call me a kid. Plus, I'm not lying about my dang age. Uh, love to play games. I love to glue book, journal, scrapbook. I love meeting new people. I cosplay. I'm an anime nerd. I love coloring too. Also, loves drawing and art. Beautiful. You, my friend, have a new fan. I've jumped to the list as your number one fan. Oops. Hey, Jamie. Jamie says hi, Yogi. Everyone's saying hi to Jamie. Jamie, what's up? Let's see. Deb says, what YouTube did to me is vicious. They did 3 channels I watch, and they only come on once a month or so. Censorship really bad before it gets better, and it will. YouTube CEO died, and it changed last month. I didn't realize that. I am sorry to hear um, that happened, Debs. Grumpy says the Yogi Shuffle. All my dancing is this. Well, I have 2 styles of dancing. One you guys will never see. But actually, I have 3 styles of dancing. I have the one that I did with Jace last Sunday when we were doing reps, which is just the hand dancing, just moving the hands. And then I have my somatic dancing, which you'll see in a video sometime. Somatic dancing is when you are releasing, when you're shaking, when you're just moving. However, the pain is telling you to move, expressing it, the emotion, the pain, whatever it is you're going through. We could say that somatic dancing is like journaling, but using your body as the journal. Um, and the other is the original dancing that I learned how to do, which is Grateful Dead dancing. And you'll never see it unless Jerry Garcia rises from the dead. Um, and Phil Lesh, the bass player. I don't know. You might see it. You never know. Maybe. Well, I can't. I can't put on Grateful Dead and play it because I'll get a copyright strike. Praveen says, Sir, today I've read a very special quote. If Satan were cast out of heaven because of his disobedience, if Adam was cast out of Eden because of his disobedience, then as a Christian, what makes me think that I can enter heaven living in disobedience? Interesting quote, but who are we disobedient to? One of my favorite passages from A Course in Miracles is that, and it says in Genesis, remember, in Genesis, it says that God caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep. And yet, nowhere in the Bible does it say that Adam awoke. Perhaps right now that we are ideas in the mind of Adam, the primordial beingness, Adam, God's original creation, dreaming that we were kicked out of the garden. And all we have to do to wake up, is to smile. If it's a dream, Maya, an illusion, if we're still dreaming in the mind of God within the garden, what do we have to take so seriously? I was going to read that later. Because remember also, in the New Testament, Jesus offers the lesson of the prodigal son. The son was welcomed back. At any time, we were never cast out. We willingly stepped out of heaven through our projections. And at any time, we can remember. How can we be kicked out when Jesus gave us explicit directions on how to return? The kingdom of heaven is within. And we immediately look up and say, I'll never get back there. It's too far away. I've done too much. The original sin is guilt. The original sin isn't knowledge, it's guilt. And we are projecting that guilt, creating this world. And we believe we cannot return because we're so guilty. However, forgiveness opens the door. It makes guilt disappear. I'm going to read that too. Give me a second. Let me catch up in the chat. Sue smiles at Praveen. Here's the old video of Yogi screaming. Give me a second, guys. Man, how long ago was that? I know what you guys are thinking. That's from yesterday when my cat brought me the mouse. It isn't. That is the genius and cleverness of our friend Austin. It's good to know such things like that exist. Hey, Skits. Skits says, hi, Eric Brother. Hi, chat. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Much love to you all. Skits, how are you, my friend? Prithvi says, yes, sir. I read this. He says, or I can make a video of Yogi. This is true. You could make a video of me dancing. I wonder what Sue has up her sleeve. Then says, thanks for the subs. You're welcome, my friend. You're so cool. We got a cool chat. Hey, Anna. Anna says, hi, Yogi and everyone. How are you, my friend? Sue has connected to Grumpy. I'm going to catch up with everyone, I promise. Hey, Carl. Carl says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you, my friend. Good evening, and from here, good afternoon. Sue says, you forgot the banana dance? Oh, I mentioned that. I did mention that. No, I didn't mention that as my dancing. This is true. This is true. The banana dance was some of my best dancing ever. Deb says, I hit the like. We'll see everyone around. All this catering to YouTube has got my blood pressure up and can go live without hours through StreamYard directly. Get the details though. Yeah, there is a way. Sue says, how to curl. We'll be here soon if you want to come back and hang out. I know how it is though. Kat says, Yogi, can you do a short and use YouTube sound? Grateful Dead songs are available. Are they? I didn't know that. So maybe I should do like a lesson, a demonstration. How to do a hippie dance. Cool says, good to see you, Carl. Kat is laughing. I love that. Nowhere does it say we woke up. Yes. Adam being the primordial creation. But we got to read things metaphorically. Simply says, Cat and Jack, Adam was asleep. Grumpy says, I woke up years ago. It's amazing what you see when you open your eyes. Agreed. Praveed says, very deep knowledge you have given us. Well, the Gnostics, some of the original Christians, presented the entire illusory universe as well. Kat says, thanks for the clarification, Squirrel. We got some love from Toy Pups. Are you guys hanging out with Toy Pups? Let me refresh her page and make sure that she's still liven it up. And she is. She's got a heart sticker in her hand. She is at 45 subs. Guys, 5 more. We'll get her to 50. If you could head on over. If you haven't already hit that like button. So I'm going to go over to my online version of Course Miracles in just a minute. Abigail is here. Hey, Abigail. Squirrel says, Cat and Jack had never mentioned him waking up. Nope. Abigail says, I'm doing amazing. I'm glad to hear that, Abigail. You deserve to have an amazing day. Every single day. Skit says, well, thanks, Eric. How are you, my yogi friend? Skits, I'm doing pretty good. How are you inspirationally speaking? Lynn says, anyone saw my chat earlier? I haven't seen your chat, but I'm going to, after the live stream, I'll make something to eat. I'm going to dive in. I'm going to watch a lot of your stuff. Simply says, Cat and Jack, our largest organ is our derma, skin, and anagram of dream. Interesting. Cat says, thanks, Squirrel. Hey, speaking of shorts and checking things out, guys, go check out Cat and Jack's latest short. Nothing less than genius. So many of Cat and Jack's shorts are poetic, and I love that she can visually express something poetically, or poetically express something visually. Which one do you like? Which one sounds better? Whichever one sounds better is exactly what she's doing. Abigail says, "Happy Thursday, everyone. Happy Thursday to you." Then says, "No more. Ignore that. Bye. Never mind. Ignore that. Bye. Talk to you later. We'll be here, Lynn." Carl says, "I feel alone." I'm sorry, Carl. Um, you're not, my friend. You are not. Carl, you know what I'm happy to do? Pick a subject to talk about, and we'll all join in. Abigail is doing fabulous. I'm happy to hear that. Runner Boy says, "Hey, what's up, Runner Boy?" Amanda says, "Late, but I'm here. Appreciate that, Amanda. You're never late. You're always on time. Exactly where you need to be, when you need to be." Grumpy says, "I do a music quiz every Friday at 8:15 UK. Come and join me." Absolutely, come and join him. It's a lot of fun. Um, it's also it's informative because you get musical trivia. You'll hear songs and you've forgotten who've done them, or you might never have known, and you learn. Songahan says, "Hey, Yogi." Hey, Songahan. Abigail says, "Hi to Amanda." Austin says, "Hi to Runner Boy." Catch up here. Did 3 hours of walking today. Nice. I did collectively, I've done so far about two. I'm going to get in one more walk before the day's over. So a lot of deer. Um, I saw a hawk. Second walk, I saw an owl. I'm hoping to see a coyote, hoping to see some more fox. Jamie says, "Hi to Carl." Cat says, "Thanks, Yogi." Absolutely. Abigail says, "Hi to Cat." Grumpy is sub to Lynn. One of us says, "I know what we can talk about. Why is it spelled Carl and not Carl? Because that's his name. If he spelled it with a K, that would be someone else's name." Skid says, "Glad to hear it, Eric, brother. Inspirationally speaking, I am doing amazingly. I have an infinite resource for creativity recently." And you always do. You always will. Inspiration can't be limited in any way. Inspire, in spirit. How could spirit ever be limited? Here's what here's what's limited: our recognition of inspiration. Because we say, "I want to be inspired about this. I want to be inspired about that." We're we want our inspiration to always be specific. However, it starts broad and then it trickles down. Infinite inspiration trickle down to finite form. Look out the window. How could you ever not be inspired? Every single blade of grass. You know the Talmud, the uh, Hebrew Book of Wisdom says, "Above every blade of grass, there's an angel whispering, grow, grow." Imagine that. Above every blade of grass, there's an angel whispering, grow. How many angels do you think are hovering above us, telling us to expand, to love, to give? Abigail says, "Love you guys." We love you too, Abigail. You gonna be dropping anything, skits? Our friend Maddie's here, says, "Hi, Mr. Yogi, sir. Drop the like and listen while cleaning aquariums." Thank you, Maddie. I guess that means that I will be taking your live stream down and getting ready to put the new one up. We will keep you playing through the day. Let's see. Kat says, "I love your Fox shorts." For those who've just come in, Kat is talking about YouTube Fox shorts. Not that I have shorts that have foxes on them. Not that I wouldn't wear shorts that have foxes on them. I just don't have a pair of shorts that have foxes on them. I do have a birthday coming up. If anyone wishes to buy me a pair of shorts with foxes, just a suggestion. Thank you so much. I love seeing foxes. They're they're literally jaw dropping in the moment. Wow, I can't do anything else but watch. It's amazing I can get the camera up to film. One of us says my walking was all in one. Go Yogi. Nice. Grumpy says amazing Amanda. Hi. Way to go, runner boy. Grumpy says to Noah from the Thrills of Mercy. Maddie, how you doing? Amanda says I'm alive. Every thank you for coming to my page to check up on me. To the ones that did, you are amazing and beautiful. Hey, we had people reporting on you. We had people who came and told us that you're okay, and that you are resting. Carl says goodbye. Goodbye, Carl. If you change your mind and you want to talk, again, you can pick the subject and we'll talk about it. Maddie says grumpy poorly, but otherwise good. Hope you're well. Hope you're well, my friend. Kat says, Abigail, love you back, sweetie one or sweet one. Maddie says, thank you, Mr. Yogi. We'll be back up shortly. Praveen says, okay, sir. Let's see. Wonderboy says, Yogi, that's a good merch idea. Fox shorts. It would be. Grumpy says to Maddie, get some rest, buddy. Come and cheer yourself up. Good evening. Praveen says, okay, sir, I note down your suggestion. Grumpy says, Carl, you sound depressed. Carl can struggle sometimes. Although when you go to his live stream, he's so warm and welcoming every time. Maddie says, Miss Yogi, you find the shorts, I'll send you the cash, sir. Thank you for that. I'm sort of hoping that they don't exist. I'm sure they do. Skit says, yo, that Yogi rap lyric for every blade of grass, there's an angel whispering grill. Let's go. Yeah, I should be dropping a song tomorrow called Karma. Awesome. Sue says, your Fox videos are wonderful. Thank you so much. Kat says, Maddie, feel better? Yeah, even the ones that don't, because it's a little dark sometimes, and people are like, why did you post this? It's so dark. And the answer is because it's a fox, and because I was there, and because I loved it, and I wanted you to be there too. Simple answer. If I post anything, it's because I loved it, I loved the moment, and I wanted you to be there too. Some people have asked, how come it's so shaky? And the answer is because I was standing on something unsteady, because the wind was blowing, because it was raining, because it was cold, because I was running and I stopped to film something, because I don't know, sometimes I'm shaky. Man, I just love filming what I see and putting it out there, sharing it with everyone. Let me bring up Sue's channel real quick, guys. I get to pick my dance. Guys, head on over to Sue's. I think we got Grateful Dead. Man, this is tough because I really, really, really like me in the Elvis suit. And there's me as a as a rabbi, but I gotta go with the hippie. Although I like the jig and I like the pirate dance. This is tough. I don't know, man. I think maybe the chicken. So you've left me with a dilemma. I can't pick. I want to say the hippie, but man, There's something about me as Elvis and something about me in a chicken suit. So it's so awesome. This is what I mean about an unlimited source of inspiration, guys. Make sure you go visit. Hit the thumbs up. Leave a comment. Pick your favorite dance. Guppy says, so Amanda, we were monitoring you on the CCTV cameras. Abigail says, I have a headache today. I'm sorry about that, Abigail. We could try to do some breath work and see if that eases it if you want. Amanda says, thanks, Kat. Yeah, I didn't do my regular live last night. Only on Kitties was still out of it. Abigail says, how do we eat healthy? It's a good question. Because everyone might have a little bit of a different. My idea of eating healthy is plant-based. Note that I said plant-based and didn't say vegan. I'm a vegan. That might not be the best option for everyone. Some people just don't want to do it. All of that's absolutely fine. I'm not even going to say vegetarian. I'm going to say plant-based. Plant-based means that you include, if you want to include dairy, you include dairy. If you want to include meat, you include meat. If you want to include fish, you include fish. But plant-based means that the majority of your calories comes from plant sources. That has you covered. Grumpy is going to be live tomorrow at 8:15 p.m. UK time. We're about 5 difference on the east, and so it's about 9-hour difference, I believe, for Amanda. Amanda says, I don't do hospitals or doctors anymore, so I had to shut everything down and go to a quiet room in my home and meditate, get my mind off and of everything. That's what saved me. Abigail says, get better soon, Amanda. Absolutely. Sue's laughing. Amanda says, Grumpy, I don't know either. It's 10:37 a.m. So 3 hours difference between me and Amanda. I always thought it was 4. And 5 hours. So yeah, about an 8 hours difference. Abigail says hippie. Thank you, Abigail. I think hippie too. Fact says, sir, have you received your your YouTube first payment? I have. I was monetized in May. The 3,000. Hey, Lucy. And I got the 4,000 little less than a month later. I did get paid in June. I've gotten paid every month but one, because 1 month I missed the threshold by like it was like $4. But that was okay because the next one was even better. Grandpa says, Amanda, you will enjoy the fun. Absolutely. I love it. Lucy, how are you? Everyone's saying hi. Let me know if I've missed something. Good says, hey, Abigail, how are you, my friend? Amanda says, little handsome, sexy ass man, Yogi. Hello, Amanda. I'm still a little, answerless whenever I have that question. Kat says, Yogi, I always thought 4 hours difference too. What happened? Yeah, I don't know. If it's 10:37, hey, Amanda, are you on the west? On the west of the West Coast? And is there an hour difference there? Brandon says, often if I lived more on the west side, then it would be another hour. That's what I was thinking. Thank you for that. Praveen says, awesome, sir. Nice to hear. I get monetized in month of September 2024. Nice. Have you gotten your payments? Hey, Praveen, how can we help your channel? What can we do to help in any way? And that goes anyone here. What can we do? Always feel free to drop links. Always feel free to promote your stuff. Always feel free to ask for help if there's something we can do. You want a playlist watched? I don't know. I have the link if people want to come up and talk about their channel. I try to limit it to like 5 minutes or so, unless we're doing breath work or something like that. But if someone wants to come up and say, hey guys, I want to plug my channel, hit that link, come on up. You're going to plug it better than I can. Maybe. I'd like to think that I'm pretty good at plugging other people's stuff. Abigail says, I'm doing fabulous. Abigail, I'm so happy to hear that. We get more hellos. Speaking of which, hey, that's me.
Yeah, I heard something about plugging people's stuff. I heard something about you could plug your channel if you wanted to, and I was like, "What? I'm on there." There
All right.
you are, Yogi. Hi, everyone.
So let's hear it. Let's hear the plug.
Oh, yeah, I just heard super chat up the play, super chat up the play, super chat, and let's show the Yogi some love.
I was telling everyone that we should help get you to 50 subs. Or I'm sorry, 50 likes, thumbs up. You were hit 47.
Oh, I gave up on it. I had no energy. I basically came on for breath work, but I mean, it's up to you.
Well, let's do some breath work.
Do you feel like you want to do some breath work? Because I feel like I need it.
All right, we're in.
I feel like maybe today if we can talk a little bit about forgiveness.
Yes.
Oh, no frills! Super chat up the place. Super chat up the place. No frills in the building.
Maddie, my friend, thank you so much.
And they're still sick, Yogi. Maddie's still sick.
Yeah, he had mentioned it. Let me hop back in the chat here. 1 second, guys. Maddie, my friend, thank you so much. Our friend Batgirl is here. Hey, Batgirl. It's 12:11 a.m. for Praveen. Man, he's staying up just to hang out. Can you imagine that? He's in India.
Wow, that's how important you are, Yogi.
Not only that, he is in the Indian military.
Wow.
So I thought we might do the 4-2-6 again, because I like that breath a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Covers a whole host, and
so do we. It leaves you feeling like you're floating.
It does. I also, because you mentioned forgiveness, I wanted to read lesson number 190.
We want you to promote your channel, FactWiz Paveen. It's not asking too much, asking for support. That's what we're all supportive channels, so we would love to support you. Praveen
Absolutely.
says it's no need to ask. I just come here to support you. But we would like to support you as well, Praveen.
I appreciate you saying that, Praveen, very much. Toy Pups is right there. We're always, always happy to help you in any way.
It's very
says,
considerate.
Yep. Give me a second.
Yogi, do you
Yes.
notice how we're really good with pausing now?
Now that you mention it,
Yeah, I'm not over talking you or anything.
you never really overtalk me.
I feel like I talk too much.
Nope, you talk the perfect amount.
Guys, you heard it straight from the yogi's mouth. So, like, don't come for me when it's like I'm talking too much. Okay? They're feeling like, I don't know how to explain this feeling today. It's not so much like an overwhelming feeling, but it's kind of like a feeling like someone took a blanket and threw it over you and you don't really know how to shake the blanket off. You know what I mean?
Right. Hey, we have
And
days like that.
yeah,
For
it's
me,
like, yeah, go ahead.
the important thing is to honor what you're feeling.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of people, when they want to use breath work to feel something other, which is good because it can do that. Same with meditation. But the key to yoga, the key to any spiritual practice is before anything changes, feel what you feel so that it can change naturally and organically without things being, without using any force or any effort. You know what I mean? Because the issue remains unless you become aware of it. Just because you change something on the surface doesn't mean that the content isn't still present and it'll just resurface in another way, in another situation, another event.
Yeah. I like when we finish doing the breath work and you say stay in that happy place. I forget what you call it, but I kind of like to take that time to say that, like, I forgive me, right? I
Perfect.
forgive me. You're okay. You're gonna be okay. And I'm always like trying to just be thankful and grateful that I'm doing this for myself because maybe 3 months ago I wasn't even doing anything for like that for myself, you know? And
I,
sometimes I feel bad coming on your live, but I don't because I feel so selfish when I'm done because I'm like, wow, that really helped me a lot, you know? Just doing the breathing.
well, that's the important thing. That's the entirety of my channel. It's only one thing I want to do. Praveen says, "Sir, good news. I want to share with you today. I'm getting lots of ads on your live stream. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. He wasn't getting ads for a while.
Oh, you have to turn sometimes when you finish your live stream, um monetization isn't turned on. And so that's the reason you won't get the commercials. But the moment you turn monetization on, which is just going to studio into content, like if you go in studio in content, you can just turn monetization. I'll do it right now and show you guys. So I just did a live. Um, okay, it's not okay. Well, maybe it's not here yet. But it should show up if you go to content. See down here, it says content.
Yep.
And then your live stream should show up. It'll show the dollar sign with like off. You're just gonna press on it and go to edit. And then here you can see that you can turn monetization on. And when you turn monetization on, is when the commercials come. Yeah, as soon
Cool.
as you turn it on.
Um, so you were talking about staying in that space.
Yeah.
Um, that every breath is a perfect example for forgiveness because we accept the breath exactly as it comes to
Mhm.
us, as we bring it in, as we release it. Um, you hear me talk all the time that forgiveness isn't an act that we bestow upon another. It
Mhm.
is a gift that we give ourselves
Mhm.
by returning to the present moment, where the past doesn't exist.
Yeah, I like talking about that because it's so easy to fall back into like it's just a word, right? Forgiveness. And you can simply say, yeah, I forgive you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But then a week down the road, you're affected by it again, right? And you're like, but I don't know because I forgive you. So why is it still bothering me? right?
Right. Here's my favorite passage, lesson 122 from A Course in Miracles. It says, "Forgiveness offers everything I want. What could you want forgiveness cannot give? Do you want peace? Forgiveness offers it. Do you want happiness, a quiet mind, a certainty of purpose, and a sense of worth and beauty that transcends the world? Do you want care and safety and the warmth of shore protection always? Do you want a quietness that cannot be disturbed, a gentleness that can never be hurt, a deep, abiding comfort, and a rest so perfect it can never be upset? All this forgiveness offers you and more. It sparkles on your eyes as you awake and gives you joy with which to meet the day. It soothes your forehead while you sleep and rests upon your eyelids so you see no dreams of fear and evil, malice and attack. And when you wake again, it offers you another day of happiness and peace. All this forgiveness offers you and more."
Hmm. That kind of just summarized the feeling that I get. That safe place. When you're finished breathing, that space feels like that.
Exactly. Um, and the key, as pointed out in the Course in several different passages, is again, the ego never forgives. The false sense of who we are will never forgive.
Mhm.
It only bargains. It says, "I'll forgive you when I'm ready. I will forgive you when I think you deserve it. I will forgive you when there's something in it for me." Um,
Hmm.
Imagine if Jesus on the cross said,
Mhm.
"Forgive them, Father, but not quite yet. Forgive them, Father, but make them suffer for a bit more." Uh,
Are you talking to me? Like, do you think you know me so well? Like, you're reading my feelings. Stop reading me so well. Yeah,
and,
but
and
on a
we all
serious note.
we all think that,
Mm-hmm.
every single one of us,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what we were taught what forgiveness is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you know what? Again, one of my favorite thoughts on forgiveness is forgiveness is giving up all hope for a happier past, for a better past.
What?
Forgiveness is giving up all hope for a better past. You're never going to have a better past.
Yeah. Because how I'm saying, like, I'm thinking how, like, if it's so traumatizing your past and it's been that always, how do you become a better one? But yeah, it would never be a better one.
Ever.
So
It's
why
an
live there? Yeah.
exactly. So forgiveness is saying another offering from the Course is that love is the light in which I forgive, or God is the light in which I forgive. So knowing that the ego can't do it and the ego wants to keep rehashing the past
Yeah.
and that we can never be happier from the past,
Yeah.
then we say, "I'm turning it over. God is the light in which I forgive. I turn it over to God. I turn it over to Jesus. I turn it over to Krishna. I turn it over to the Holy Spirit, the Tao,
Yeah.
whatever that higher source for you. You say, I can't forgive, but I want to be happy. So I turn
Yeah.
it over." So let me dive in the
Yeah.
chat real quick and then we'll do some breath work.
Yeah. Hi, Mary. Mary Diggs is here.
Hey,
Like she's
Mary.
not. Like she's not busy enough as it is, right? She still has to be supportive. Love you, girl.
Mary's gig is maybe the hardest working YouTuber,
Mm-hmm.
and she does it with so much joy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Tim.
I heard everyone saying that about Mary before. I'm like, I don't get it. But I hung out with her for one day and I was like, holy cow. This lady is a hard worker.
Praveen says also, sir, another good news is I want to share from yesterday onwards. For the first time, I started making videos in English. Awesome.
That's
We're gonna,
amazing news.
yep,
Makes the
I will be
biggest
there.
difference.
I will be there to check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Michael says Mary's great. Yes, she is. Absolutely.
Joshua's here?
Nope,
Oh, I was like, I'm blind.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
However, Tim is here. Tim Windsor.
Hi, Tim. Hi, Grumpy Snapper, Bad Girl and Company.
Tim is the most creative person on YouTube without content.
Yeah.
which is when you think about that, it's absolutely amazing.
It's like a share bear. You know, they just and Danny, like, well, Danny has content, but I mean, like, they have personality. You know what I mean?
Right.
Their personality is a winner already. Imagine they were to have content now.
Yep. Tim will be soon. He wants to hit that 1K, and then he'll
He
go
will.
ahead and do it.
He will. If you
Hey,
stick with the yogi, you guys are gonna get there in no time. Oh, hi, Joshua.
yep. I was gonna
Joshua's
say.
here now.
Speaking of Joshua,
We were just talking about you. Not bad. Not bad. It was good stuff.
Kat says, Joshua, hello, you amazing person.
Yeah.
Lucy
Joshua
says,
is.
yep. Facts to Praveen. Facts with Praveen. Unicorns are my thing. Unicorns are your thing, as well as having such an energetic, wise, loving presence.
Yeah, Lucy's all over the place.
She is.
Lucy's like amazing. She's all over the place. Yeah, Joshua said he heard us talking about him. His ears were burning. We love you, Joshua.
All right. You finished your cereal?
Yeah, I actually was having lunch because I think Bumblebee said it. You have to love yourself, feed yourself as well, right?
Oh, nice. Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a vegan.
Let's look at the brownies and I will do breathing.
All right. Let me read real quick from Tim says he's sitting at 878, Yogi. So close. I don't imagine there's.
878.
Yep. I can't imagine anyone here already not subscribed to Tim, but if by some chance someone new is watching, subscribe to everyone, but particularly Tim Winsor.
Oh, Amanda says we should read this. Forgiveness to me is a lie. There's nothing to forgive because it's just another label for you to work on another form of control, for there's nothing to forgive.
Interesting. That's absolutely true. Forgiveness is a tool that once realized that you don't need it.
Yeah.
Because you can't forgive an illusion, and the past is an illusion. So you can't forgive something that isn't there. However, you need a tool as long as you need a tool. And when you don't, you throw it away. There was a great sage from India, Ramana Maharshi, who likened it to if you have a thorn stuck in your palm, that you take another thorn to remove it.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
And you don't hold on to the two thorns, you throw them away because you no longer need them. So we forgive as long as we feel that we need to forgive. But when we no longer need that particular tool, then we rest in the that forgiveness. That when we no longer need forgiveness, the world that we perceive will have disappeared.
Yeah. But it's for me, I feel like for us to say we don't need, it's just another thing. I feel like it's you never not need something, you know?
Right. Well, that's what Kat says. You forgive yourself for mistaken perception. I have to forgive myself all the time. Me too, because we live in a world of perception. So we are always perceiving, always perceiving, always perceiving.
Me too, every day now. When I'm learning to, because I'm learning forgiveness in a different way. Before I thought it was like, I forgive you, right?
Right.
Like I forgive you for hurting me. I forgive you for doing wrong by me, or I forgive you for whatever. That's not what forgiveness is, right? Forgiveness is learning to forgive yourself, right?
Right.
For maybe even having those thoughts, right?
Yep. Grumpy says when you burn your finger in the fire, you don't put it back in again. Now you tell me. Why didn't you tell me this yesterday?
I thought if someone said don't go there, you should.
Exactly. Don't step in that hole.
What? Oh, I fell in.
Grumpy says I have made mistakes and forgiven myself for doing it. It's a learning curve. Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's
I
a
wanted to read,
transformation when you learn to forgive, I think.
right. I wanted to read Praveen's comment real quick. I will see whether making videos in English will affect my channel in bad or good way, because majority of my audience is from India and they are Hindi viewers. But we'll see what will happen. Hope's best. You could always mix it up because your audience is growing now. You're going to be international, worldwide.
Yeah, think worldwide. Don't just think um just India, right?
Right.
English
Back
is
girl,
a universal language. So adding English subtitles or things like that, it's just a bonus for you.
right. Batgirl sends you some love. Toy pups.
Pardon?
Batgirl just sent you some love.
Oh, hi, bad girl. Really, I'm a little bit on the blind side. I was reading Amanda's I was reading
Hey,
Amanda's
Jace.
comment again. She says it's only a mistake in that person's eyes, but it's only in one's eyes. Then it's not really there. There are no mistakes, just actions. Um, like I feel like we have to accept forgiveness as a thing, right? It's just always there, even in there. For someone's actions, sometimes like it's not just forgiving their action, but forgiving ourselves for letting their action affect us, kind of
Right.
thing. It's more forgiveness is more about internal, like it forgiveness, the word, it doesn't make a difference unless you can focus it on you.
Right.
Like you need forgiving. Not
I
it's
like.
not so much about forgiving other people or other things.
Right. It is not a. We have to accept the dichotomy of something being real as long as it's real, but ultimately not. I always use the example of my desk right here. You can hear me pounding on it. It's
Yeah.
solid. But if I were to take it apart, it would be pieces of a desk. It wouldn't actually be a desk.
Yeah.
Um, and if I were to look at those pieces with a very powerful atomic microscope, I would see cells, I would see molecules, I would see atoms, I would see particles.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
within those particles, I would see nothingness, emptiness. So the desk is really compromised of all that, and yet still absolutely nothing. But I stub my toe on it at least twice a week. So it has a reality that hurts, but ultimately, it doesn't have a reality. Forgiveness has reality, but ultimately, it doesn't have a reality. And as far as Jace was talking about, hey, thank you
Oh
so
my
much, Joshua.
God, Joshua! Look at that. Joshua did a super chat spam. Go, Joshua. Super chat up the place. Super chat up the place. Yogi's like, stop it. Super chat up the place. Yogi's like, I was having a serious conversation. Who do you think you are? Spamming a super chat.
Hey,
Super chat, chat.
I'm just glad that you were here to sing instead of me attempting to sing.
Yeah, imagine the Yogi was like, super chat up the place. Super.
Doing my hippie dance. Did you see the video that Sue made of me doing? I'm dancing in a yoga in an Elvis costume. I'm dancing in a pirate costume. I'm dancing
What?
an Irish jig, and I'm dancing as a hippie. I'm dancing in a chicken costume. Um,
How did you do that?
you got to go see it. It's amazing.
Oh my God, I'm gonna go too for real. That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
Joshua,
You
thank
can,
you so much, my friend. Um,
yeah, you're like the best, Joshua. That was like a huge super chat. Love it. Joshua, next
um,
time do it on my channel too, okay? I'm just joking. We were talking about that yesterday.
Kat says, "Okay, let's agree to breathe. Yes, we will breathe."
Yeah, Yogi takes forever, guys. I came on here trying to get him to do it fast, but like he's wearing off on me now. I'm like, okay, let's not breathe. Let's wait.
Um, one thing I wanted to mention about Jason was talking about scars, and these are the things that we don't
Yeah,
forget is that it's always a scar is always a story that we tell of how it
yeah.
got there. Again, that which gave the scar no longer exists.
Your
Um,
scars say you're beautiful. Your scars say you're beautiful. Do you know that song? Your scars, they say you're beautiful. Your scars, they tell your story, right?
how, yep. However, if you drop the story, what are they?
Just a scar. It's just a, yeah.
Just a mark. Without the story of anything, it just is. Amanda alluded to this when she talked about labeling.
Yeah.
If you drop the label, what is it?
Yeah.
Remember in um, the big deal of gay marriage, the big deal of segregation, the big deal um, against transgendered people, the big deal against name anything through history. Without the story
Mm-hmm.
of any of that, what would it be? It would be people loving themselves, loving each other. It would be
Right?
just people existing. So yeah, Amanda nailed it with that.
Yeah, Amanda, you're pretty deep today, girl. That's pretty, yeah. If it wasn't you know, that's why we all have to look in the mirror and just try to change ourselves, right? Because if we can do that and have that outlook and just be kind, loving, good people, then there never maybe needs to be anything to forgive, right?
Yep. And if we remember the self that we are looking at is also a story. If without
Yeah.
that story, without the thought of who we think we are, who would we be? Keep returning to that, and everything makes sense. Everything about Course in Miracles makes sense. Everything about yoga makes sense. Everything about Buddhism makes sense. I'm going to read
Yeah.
two more things, and then, well, maybe a few more, and then we're going to do breathwork.
Yogi's
I wanted
getting
to
like,
read
he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep whatever. Who cares? I'll get
Runner
to it
Boy.
whenever.
Says, "May my enemies wake up with sand in their socks and shoes."
What?
That's
You're so
that's why I
funny.
wanted to read that. And I wanted to read Abigail. I have learning disability and special needs, and we absolutely love you, Abigail.
Yes, Abigail. It means you have superpowers, girl. Join the crew. We're called the Weirdo Yogi Namas. Something
Yes.
like that, girl. But we're just weird. We got superpowers and we love and accept each other for who we are. So you're in the right place, Abigail Carpenter.
And Kat says, I have to forgive myself for seeing myself or others as anything less than the spark of God they are. We all experience ourselves in different situations. Absolutely. There it is. The key to forgiveness is you are forgiving for misperceiving other people to have done something to you.
Yeah. Wow, that's like really good, guys. How come you guys are coming with all this good stuff today? I needed it, guys. I needed to hear all this stuff. It's amazing,
Hey,
you
Lama.
know.
Lama's here.
Hi, Llama Drama. I see you. I'm a little bit blind. I'm lying. I don't see you. It's like once I finish my live, I take my glasses off and I forget where I put them down, and I can't see a thing sometimes.
And once more, Amanda, well said. Amanda said LGBT is a label, husband is a label, yogi is a label, Amanda is a label. That's all it is. It's all a story.
Yeah. Yeah. And when how do you differentiate? Like this label is okay and that label's not okay and this label's
Exactly.
okay and that label like how about we just don't label anybody, right?
This label is okay because my parents told me it was.
Yeah.
This
It's a
label is okay,
learned. It's
yes,
learned,
because the
right?
head of my church told me this. This
Yeah.
label is okay because I read it in the book or the media told me or whatever. Hey, Nightmare.
Yeah. Trust in your own trust in like last night I was having a conversation with someone and it was really cool to see they asked a question like if you can go back to when you were 15 or you can go back to when you were this age and you could tell yourself something, right? Would you warn yourself to not do these things um that maybe at this point in life you knew they were traumatic to you or something? Would you warn yourself or would you just tell yourself you're going to go through some tough things, stick it through and just continue to be you, right?
Right,
And I thought that was so beautiful because I'm like, for real, like, because if you didn't experience that trauma, you didn't experience all those life changing things that happened that maybe you held on to, you couldn't let go of, but all of those things shaped you into who you are today, right? Who you are today, it shaped you. It's who, if you were to change any of those things, you wouldn't be who you are today. You'd be kind of rewriting life. It would be something completely different, you know?
yep.
And,
Runner Boy
and
says, go ahead.
I thought it was beautiful because it's kind of like the things that we look at and we think are scars, we think are traumatic, we think are the that we need to forgive ourselves for, all the things that made us into this beautiful, amazing person that we are today, right?
Yep.
Accepting yourself. That's it.
Runner Boy says, Bean Man is a label. Bean Man.
Hmm?
Bean Man. Uh,
Be man.
yep. Joshua says, honestly, guys, I am much happier now. I'm so happy to hear that, Joshua. Danny says, Yogi, I forgive my enemies and my hater.
Joshua, us too. We are seeking approval, right? It. Read what Joshua says, Amanda, everyone has their opinions. I respect yours, but as a different type of person with a personality that is on YouTube, seeking attention and attracting viewers, like I'm seeking approval. And like I think we all do it to some extent, right?
Right.
It's what the yogi talks about with our ego, right?
Amanda says, I do not need to forgive me or anyone because forgiveness is not a real thing. It's a label. The system it wants to label everything to confuse everyone about the truth. Forgiveness is a tool, as long as you need the tool, and then
Yeah.
it's no longer a tool. You let it go. Forgiveness again was amazingly summed up by Kat and Jack. We are forgiving our misperceptions about ourselves, that we are anything less than a God spark, that we are
Oh my
anything
God.
less than.
Amanda, it's not about forgiving that person for what they did to you, honey. Oh my God. It's about forgiving yourself. It's about forgiving. Maybe Yogi, you take this one.
Um,
But
well,
I think
again,
it is an important.
it is. I'm going to go back to the absolutely perfect thing that Kat and Jack said. We are everything that we see is a perception caused by our projections, and we are projecting. And this is through Buddhist psychology, yogic psychology. It's through neuroscience as well as the psychology of A Course in Miracles that we are projecting. Course in Miracles says we're projecting guilt over the belief that we are a small, separate entity called an ego against other people who are small, separate entities called an ego. But in truth, this goes back to what we were talking about at the very beginning, where in the Bible it says that God called Adam, the primordial being, the original creation, to fall into a deep sleep. Yet nowhere else in the rest of the Bible does it say Adam ever woke up. So we are a dream, the primordial Adam, dreaming this world into existence. We can read that as a metaphor that I am dreaming this phone into existence, meaning that I'm dreaming the conception of this phone, the labels, the stories, everything about it. Because again, if I were to take it apart, it wouldn't be a phone, it would be just parts of stuff. It wouldn't even be parts of stuff if I had no conception of it being parts of something bigger. It would just be stuff. So we are projecting all this stuff and creating the world through our projection. What we project is what we perceive. If you look around the world and we think, why would God create a world filled with suffering, filled with warfare, filled with children starving, filled with violence and crime, and people hating each other just because one person loves a man, two men love each other, two women love each other, or that someone lives their life in this way and people hate them because of that? Why would God create that? And the answer is God did not create that. God created a perfect world, a perfect universe. He said so, that he looked around and said, everything is good, very good. He didn't say, except I accidentally created a gay man.
Yeah.
Or, that I accidentally created little scurrying mice with tiny little hands and freaky tails that
Oh
are
my God,
invading
we're
the.
back there again.
Yes, we're back to that. But he said everything is good.
Yeah.
We created this world through our projections. We are perceiving a world that God didn't create. Forgiveness brings us back to the original world. And when we have forgiven everything, every misperception. If you still see a world of hurt and pain and warfare and violence, if one child still goes hungry tonight, it means we are still dreaming this world in existence and we still have forgiveness to do. We can dismiss that label. It's just a label, it's just forgiveness. However, nothing we've done in the world of perception has ever fixed anything. Ever.
Yeah.
We've never protested our way out of a war. We have never used any religion to end violence, to end warfare. If we want the world to change, we keep forgiving every situation, saying that what I'm perceiving is not the truth. If I am perceiving a child starving, it's because I choose to go to bed at night, living in a world that we've created. We have the resources
To
that
make a difference.
every single child could have a meal tonight. We can make that happen.
Yeah.
We have the resources to do it. However, we spend trillions upon trillions of dollars creating weapons to
Yeah.
annihilate us 1,000 times over.
Yeah, right?
And you know why? Because we think that's what we need to do. We think that
Yeah.
we will be safe. If we have just one more weapon, no one's
Yeah.
going to harm us. If we
Yeah.
hold this person distant, no one's going to harm us. If I hate this person enough, they'll cease to exist. But none of that is true. So that's why we turn within and we say, because I'm still perceiving this, there is still forgiveness work to do. Now, here's the thing.
That's why we forgive ourselves, right? That's
Because
why we need to forgive ourselves.
we're the perceiver. We are the one
Yes.
who are projecting this. At the same time, we recognize that I am projecting a story upon this person
Yes.
who has harmed me. They are lost in their own illusion. They
Yeah.
are deeply lost. So we forgive the fact that we have projected that story upon them, and we just keep doing it and we keep doing it. Now,
Yeah.
I always hear different definitions of forgiveness, and we don't need to do this or we don't need to do this. Forgiveness isn't real. And that's absolutely fine. I have no interest in changing anyone else's view on what they think forgiveness is. My only thing, the only thing I want to do is forgive and forgive and forgive and forgive so that I heal my own perceptions and I do my part in creating a better world. That's it.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. And that's kind of like where we're at now. Like, we can only change the world if we change within. The only way I can make a difference is if I change me, right? I can't expect someone else to make a difference. I have to try to make a difference, and hopefully, someone else might. It's kind of like being in the grocery store and you pay for the groceries for the guy in front of you, and so like that guy is like feeling so good, so he's gonna pay for the groceries for the guy in front of him, right? And it'll just trickle that way. Just be good, but I feel like you can't take forgiveness away from anyone just because you're not able to forgive, right? Forgiveness is a tool and lots of people need it, right? And without it, it's a matter of life and death for a lot of people, right?
Right.
If they can't find it in their bones to be able to forgive themselves, then sometimes it's a question of like, I'm not worth it, right?
Yep.
And if
So
you're
I
not
want to
worth
go ahead.
and if you're not worth it, then you're not worth fighting for. But if you're worth fighting for, then something that comes in the form of a tool, you should grab it and just hold on
Exactly.
to it for when you need it.
And that's the thing that I want to mention with the Bible, because we have some biblical talk. It's a metaphor. A Course in Miracles is a metaphor. It's not true any more than the Bible's true, any more than the Bhagavad Gita is true, any more than the Dhammapada is true. It's all a metaphor. It's all a story that we use, a tool to help ourselves. I always go to, you know, the wonderful first passage of the Tao Te Ching that dismisses the entire Tao Te Ching. The Tao that can be told is not the true Tao. And then
Wow.
the entire book follows. The Course in Miracles says, words are but symbols twice removed.
Oh my God.
It's not, it's not the thing. It's not.
Yeah.
So you can answer me this. Toy Pups, what is the thing?
The thing is the thing. The thing is the thing. Learning patience and forgiveness is the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Patience
not,
and forgiveness.
you know, again, forgiveness is just being in the present moment. So we can't say the present moment doesn't exist because all you have is the present moment.
Yeah.
We can,
And
if you don't like the term forgiveness, call it whatever.
call it something
Letting,
else. Yeah, call it something else. But it's there and I thought I knew what forgiveness meant. And I thought I had to forgive other people because they hurt me, right? And I had to find it in my heart to forgive them because they hurt me. And I was in so much pain because they hurt me. And how was I going to move forward unless I forgive these people? But I learned that I didn't have to forgive anyone. I just had to forgive myself
yeah,
for living in that place of thinking that I needed to do all those things, right?
and even ultimately, um, as Amanda was alluding to, even ultimately, you don't even need to forgive yourself because you are already in the present moment. But until we can do, if
Yeah.
you are enlightened, if you are a
Yeah.
truly 100% awakened person, always living in the present moment, more power to you.
Mhm.
You have done your
Yeah.
forgiveness work. There's nothing else to do.
But a
It
lot
means,
of us are not like that.
yeah,
We're not enlightened, right?
I've been doing this for 40 years or longer. And um, as long as the world exists, as long as the universe exists as it
Yeah.
exists, our forgiveness work isn't done. My One of my
Yeah.
favorite quotes on forgiveness by Mark Twain: "Forgiveness is the fragrance released by the violet upon the heel that has crushed it."
Yeah.
Forgiveness is the natural aroma of simply being in love with love itself. Abigail,
It's so
ab-
weird. Like honestly, the moment you start accepting, it's like you have to change your way of thinking, right? Because if you have the same way of thinking, none of this would make any sense, right?
right,
And I always come on here and say, like, I came on here being a skeptic because I'm like the biggest skeptic there is. Nothing anyone tells me can work, right? But the moment I tried it and I realized I deserve this, right? I deserve to fight for me. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to want to learn what does that word really mean, forgiveness, right? And how can that help me? And what I really learned was, and that's the only way I'm able to kind of manage this season, is I am worth it and I'm
right.
worth fighting for. And if that means that I have to forgive myself for what I put myself through because I held on to a thought or I held on to a memory or it was that was me doing it to me. No one else was doing it. I was doing it to me, right?
Um,
And that's where I feel like forgiveness is an important tool. If you don't have that, then you can be very lost, right?
yeah. And again, to sum it up perfectly, is forgiveness is giving up all hope of a better past. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's letting go all that came before. And when you're there in that moment, the future is wide open. It's no longer, we keep projecting the past into the present
Yes.
moment, and then we project the present moment holding the past into the future. And we keep self creating all of this stuff that we're living in. All of, imagine if we said forgiveness is giving up all hope of a better past, and all that would mean every ancient hatred between nations, between men, every ancient hatred between neighbors, between political parties would no longer exist
I think
because
something
we
happened with your volume, Yogi. Is it just me or is it Yogi's volume?
can you
Can
hear
you
me?
guys hear Yogi okay?
You hear me okay? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Nightmare says I can hear Yogi. Thanks. Danny says I'm going to leave. I'm going to have dinner now. Enjoy your dinner, Danny. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for sharing your stories with forgiveness, as well as your thought on buying groceries for someone. I love that. Specs, my friend, welcome. Specs says, great topic. It is obviously my favorite thing to talk about. I think we're going to save the breath work for this evening, guys. Spec says, wonderful group of people. Thank you for being one of them. I'll offer another quote. Sorry if I've missed some comments. Amanda says, okay, here's a deep one. My grandpa molested me when what do I need to do to forgive his actions? Why? Is it because you think they did you wrong? Who says he did? You don't think so? So it's your opinion. That is a deep one. It's a painful one too. If we say once again that forgiveness is giving up all hope of a happier past, it's not forgiving your grandfather. It's not forgiving the innocence lost that you lost in that moment. It's returning you again to the present moment, which is your moment of beingness, your moment of power. It's forgiving the fact that your grandfather was so lost in his delusions that his life was so filled with pain. It's forgiving, as our friend Kat said, it is recognizing that the God spark of your grandfather was so clouded over, so lost. He knew no other way than to do what he did. It's not letting anyone off the hook. It's saying, I am perceiving all of this. It's all part of the dream of the universe that I've created, and I wish to let it go. What's up there, Jace?
Hello, brother. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Busy day. Crazy day. Another crazy day. What with mechanical issues and traffic and accidents. I'm only just about to go live myself, but yes, depth of subject. Some real deep issues, some real deep conversation, and some real deep topic. It's always good, obviously, to have some understanding of situations, and we've all got to take into account that we all see things differently. We all reflect on things differently. Some people, they might be able to appreciate that letting go is something that has to be done. Other people, unfortunately, they can't do that. And as I say, it's just each to their own. Some people, they have that ability. Some people, they can't let go. Forgiveness, same thing. Some people, they come to a point where they can understand the bigger picture. Other people just can't get over that hurt, unfortunately. It's one of those things that we all just have to appreciate, and that's basically it.
Nicely said.
And obviously, I realise it's just coming up towards the end of your stream. I'm on a little bit of a roll, so let's just do a little bit of an injection. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yogi, yogi, yogi time, yogi time, yogi time, yogi, yogi, yogi time, yogi, yogi, move. Yogi, yogi, yogi time, yogi time, yogi time, yogi, yogi, yogi time, yogi, yogi, move, move.
I was almost going to dance.
You should have done. You should have started doing the. Xena was up. Xena was there. She was ready.
I'm conserving my energy for Sunday's dance.
Awesome. We need to do we'll do 2 rounds on the old dancing. We'll do that in between each set of pull-ups.
There
I'll
you
even
go.
try and get you singing. And I need to teach you the little feet shuffle. There's an awesome little feet shuffle. Right, I must go. I'm late for my live. First time I've been late ever. But these things happen. Have a great
I'll be
day,
on the lookout
people.
for you.
Much love, much kindness. Take care. See you soon. Bye.
Bye. The amazing Jace. I like what Spec says, that I forgive to have peace within myself. They don't have to ask my forgiveness, even if they don't want it. Even if they don't want it, they have it. Tip Up says, great chat, Yogi. Thank you so much. I'm sorry it ended abruptly. Hello, Miss Flipper. Amanda says, yogi, yogi, yogi time, moo, moo. We get some unicorns and love and rainbows from Lucy. Thank you so much, Lucy. I did want to say to our friend Abigail, I'm sorry for your loss last year. Abigail lost a friend. I actually lost a friend last week. Synchronistically, my best friend in high school a year ago, named Larry, passed away right around this time last year. My best friend in the 90s was a drinking buddy, and we drank a lot. Passed away last week around the same time. 2 Larrys in the space of a year. It's a weird age for me. We're starting to lose people. We're losing those who have shaped us, parents, teachers, figures in the media. Think of all the musicians that have shaped our life that we're now losing a bit, almost day by day, it seems. You reach that age, nothing's sure. Nothing. So you don't take anything for granted. So again, I look at people, I only offer not even a definition, but the talk of forgiveness that has allowed me to live a life of peace amidst the suffering and the sorrow. If someone is 100% always at peace, awesome. I'm not. And again, I've been meditating forever. I've been doing yoga since I was a kid. I've been practicing the Course in Miracles for over 30 years. I make this a lifelong practice, continuous, 24/7. And I tell you what, when I stumble upon those moments of pure forgiveness, as I did the other day, it's absolutely amazing. And I wish that amazingness, I wish that peace that doesn't pass. There's a biblical, the peace that doesn't, the peace that never passes. I wish that for everyone. Most specifically, I wish it for myself, because when I have that, all I have to do is give away love. All I have is to give away love. Again, that Mark Twain quote, forgiveness is the fragrance released by the violet upon the heel that has crushed it. All the violet had to give was its fragrance, the metaphor for love. Last thing from A Course in Miracles, forgiveness is the key to happiness. I will awaken from the dream that I am mortal, fallible, and full of sin, and know that I am the perfect Son of God. That is forgiveness. Forgiveness says that I am the perfect Son of God. I was created as an extension of God's will. I am an idea in the mind of God. And if I am, guess what? So are you. And I look at all the sin that you think that you are and the sin that you think that you are living in, and I forgive the illusion, forgiving the illusion that that is so. I'm forgiving the illusion of the world itself and turning to the reality that only love is real and nothing unreal exists. Therein lies the peace of God. Only love is real. Anything that we experience that isn't love is part of the unreality of our perceptions, and I forgive it so that I return to the reality of love. The entirety of my YouTube channel is based upon that premise. And I've been given some things to forgive, and I do so gladly, if imperfectly. Preet says, sir, today for the first time, YouTube showed me 11 ads. Great news to you, sir. Full ads I watched without skipping. Wow, amazing. Praveen, you are an amazing person, my friend. Kat says, Praveen, you're a true friend to watch those ads. He is, absolutely. Lucy says, oh no, Yogi. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you. Joshua says, guys, I must go. Thank you again, Joshua, my friend. Thank you so much. Joshua says, my apologies. Maddie says, hi, everyone. Much love from Scotland. Thank you so much, Maddie. So, hey, guys, Jace is live, or soon to be. I'm going to head over and hang out with Jace. Thank you for hanging out with me. An amazing live stream. Thank you, Toy Pops, for coming up. Thank you, Jace, for coming up. And thank you all for joining me and sharing everything. Everything. Every view. Appreciate it all. Joshua says bye. Praveen says bye-bye, sir. Take care, my friend. I hope you get some sleep. Miss Flipper, thank you, my friend. Sky says hi. Hey, Sky. We're shutting down for the afternoon. I'll be live again at 5:25. Come on by and hang out if you want. Wake Show Auto says hello. Hello, my friend. Cat's waving. Praveen's going to join Jace for a few minutes. Maddie says bye, y'all. Sorry, I miss y'all. That's okay. I know you had stuff to do. All right. I will see you guys later. Thanks again. Appreciate you guys for being here.